You mentioned weaponizing their promises made on their website, and having them ready and loaded in the gun, so you can bring them up whenever they sort of act a bit out of touch. What would be like a good example of weaponizing something?
Okay. I cannot give you example from specific studios, but I can give you general example. Let's say the studio, it's not really even their promise. It's generally what they call like our values, our studio values. And they're going to give themselves medals for how they treat well people, and they're going to brag about that. And all of that, those are the best weapons to negotiate. Because let's say a studio tells you, it's a studio in a big city, they want you to be on site, which is totally fine. But on the studio, they say, we give absolute priority to having a healthy work-life balance. And we clearly want the professional part to not overlap on your personal life. You arrive at the studio, you go for an interview, the salary is a bit low compared to the price of real estate there. Something they are generally going to do is, but of course we are in the nice place of town. Maybe you can go a bit in the suburbs, a bit farther away from that. It's way cheaper, or maybe you can get a roommate or something like that. That's how generally our artists are starting. Blah 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 blah. They're going to tell you it's normal that everyone does that, and how dare you not accept that? That's at least what they are going to imply. Mm-hmm. That's where you can catch them on their BS and tell them, hey, you're not going to act like a bad person. You're not going to be mean. You're going to be surprised, and you're just going to remain factual and be like, hey, I hear what you are saying. I'm just a bit surprised because on your website, you are clearly saying that you are prioritizing a clear separation between work-life balance and that you want people to feel good when they are working with you. And I'm not really sure having to commute 1.5 hours in the morning and in the evening without accounting for potential traffic struggles is healthy and not stepping on personal life, because it's 3 hours commuting and doing nothing and getting tired and all of that. Also, I'm not sure starting my career in the suburbs with one, if not several roommates that I don't even know, is going to make me feel safe or fulfilled. I'm not sure it's going to be the best way to start my career. And I'm a bit confused between what you say there and what was promised on the website. And of course, I'm doing it in a very clumsy way. You need to potentially prepare that depending on the arguments you have. But if you manage to have a lot of finesse, act a bit surprised, not shocked, not scandalized, not outraged, but just a bit surprised, and very diplomatic, and you just peacefully catch them on their bullshit, you are poking at their ego and their reputation right there. And they don't want it to be tarnished. They don't want to look like bad people. They're going to very quickly try to find a solution.
And they will never say like, where did you read that? That doesn't, if they would bring something like that argument.
That's why you say it's on your website. Actually, that's something you've been written yourself, and you seem to be very proud of that. So I'm very confused that it's clashing with what you are.
You have that prepared in your portfolio as well, like their values on paper or your iPad.
Maybe not. It sounds a bit like a lawyer trying to set up a coup. But
that seems a bit like you know what you're doing. It's not that you're flabbergasted, as you mentioned before.
It will be a last resort, and I would probably not do that. But they know their website. They know exactly what they put on their website. So they will not be able to gaslight you. And if they try, do not deform what they write. Do not try to misinterpret what they write. Remain very factual. Yeah. If at some point they try to gaslight you, first, it's bad if they try to gaslight you. But if they are very stubborn, open the website and be like, see, I'm not inventing, but I'm not expecting you to go that extreme. And that's probably going to lose you a call if you go to the point of opening the website and showing it in front of them. So I'm not a fan of that. But they're going to be like, shit, that kid did their research. You can only score a point with that because first you did your research, but also you cannot be gaslit into believing bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's how I will deal with it. And it's very powerful. You know, it's like anything. You need to remember that an interview is like a sales process. It's literally you trying to sell yourself on the company. It's the same as when someone called a closer is trying to sell something online to people that they have on the phone or on a Skype call. The best closers, the people that are closing the best deals, they are the sharpest one at spotting inconsistencies. The more inconsistencies you can spot in someone's narrative, the more you can corner them intellectually and quote unquote beat them intellectually into submission. In negotiation, you never want to be aggressive with that. And even in sales, you never want to be aggressive, but you want to hold people to a high standard. And if there is any kind of inconsistencies, this is a weapon you need to use. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.